4 o'clock drop. 5, 6, 7 o'clock hit.
Johnny Lamb Jones.
As a season ticket holder of the Jets, I'm going to fool Ken O'Brien of California Davis. Obviously, the Jets know something that, the people up there don't. Fullback, hello.
Roger Vick. Jeff Lageman.
Jets just don't understand the dress all back.
Blair Thomas, running back, Penn State. Johnny Mitchell. The New York Jets select tight end from Penn State, Kyle Brady. Vernon Golson.
Cleveland traded the 5th pick to the New York Jets. And with the 5th pick, the 2009 NFL Draft, New York Jets select Mark Sanchez.
D. Milner.
Smith. Jets select quarterback Christian Hackenberg.
Sam Darnold.
The New York Jets select Zach Wilson.
Future Pro Bowler, Elijah Moore.
Michael Carter, running back.
I almost forgot to put us on screen, Dom C. Oh my God, what a tragedy. Hello, everybody. This is tonight's episode, if you will, of the 10 o'clock mock. We're excited to be here. I'm GreenBean, and that right there is the guy you've been watching all day. Dom C is back in the house. What are you doing, Dom? How are you, buddy?
I'm good, Bean. Happy to be here. Mondays are busy. I'm tired. It's cold in Jersey, man. It's freaking freezing out here, dude.
Why is it so cold?
I don't know, man. I don't know. Mother Nature's pissed off. So
yeah, well, hey, look, it is March. It's the end. It's the flux. You had some nice days recently, right?
yeah, isn't it like in like a lion, out like a lamb, or in like a lamb, out like a lion, or is that April? Somebody in the chat help me out here.
You know what, Dom? I don't know.
I learned this in Knollwood Elementary.
Knollwood.
That's right.
If you get so you guys know, and now I'll tell you a funny thing and then a sad thing. So my Knollwood was one of the elementary schools in our elementary.
Yeah.
In our town, right? So Dom was part of what we call Upper Lake. That was
the high end.
Class.
The high.
It's the truth. And then I was Lower Lake, where we were called the Dirts, right? We were the scumbags. That's what we were: dirt bikes and drugs.
Yeah.
But so Dom went to Knollwood. I went to Rockaway Meadow. That's how that went. So Knollwood was interesting, and I still remember the first time I saw it because my cousin Joe went there. The entire playground was made out of tires.
Yeah. I was there when they built it, man. I was in elementary school when that came on. It was freaking amazing.
It was an amazing thing. Now, I'll tell you the sad part. One night, we were all hanging out at the ranch, the ranch, and we were drinking and doing whatever we were doing, and one of our friends, Chris Wally, decided to tear off on his dirt bike. And it was all right. We all did that. You know what I mean? But he decided to go to Knollwood and all alone just start jumping the hill, the Knollwood Hill. We would sleigh ride down that shit.
Yeah.
And he landed on the tires and it broke his neck.
Wow.
And that was the end of that. And he was in the hospital for years and whatever. Anyway, let's not do that, Tom. But in memory of Wally, I haven't talked about or thought about you in some years, Wally. So hope you're doing all right up there, buddy. Now look who came in first tonight, Dom.
Merrill.
I'll be honest. Yeah, I'm going to be honest with everybody. That
was you.
Yeah. One of the 76 YouTube channels I operate. I think all my views are me. Me and maybe you. That's it. And Dakota, of course. Dakota's in the house racing. Jason Fauna. Scotty, he's fourth. If you ain't first, you're last, Scotty. That's what I heard. I don't know. Fourth seems pretty good to me. Mark from Asbury Park is back. Good to see you, Mark. We love Mark. Robert S. Build the wall. Right on, dude. Curly Norman's here. Hennessy Heisman. It's shot o'clock. Dude, if you're drinking shots at 10 p.m. on a Monday night, good for you. Whatever you got going on, I hope it's because life is grand. Not because, like me, I'm like, I have to.
Yeah.
I gotta. What else am I going to do? I'm freaking out from all the cocaine I just did. So there's that. Harry W's back. I love it. I love Harry. You guys are the best. Alan Dode's another one. I feel, like they're watching us, but I feel like, sincerely, like they're the stars. Like, oh yeah, look, and then look at this guy, Mess, Jets Mess. Years,
Hey, Mess,
right?
how's it going, man? I feel like I don't see him around anymore.
He pops in. Last week, I think he came in toward the end. He like maybe he didn't chat, but he rated it he had a letter grade.
Gotcha.
Harlan Abraham, Jay is here.
Harlan is the most pleasant, most friendly watcher of all YouTube channels. He always greets everyone. He's always happy to see everyone.
Yeah.
Just a great dude, I'm sure.
Squirmy Weasel, not so much. Squirmy Weasel. I'm just kidding, Weasel. You're a good dude. Alfonso Stackhouse. Mikey Mal's in the house. This is great, man. GVH. Look at all these guys. Chrono Kenny. Look at all these guys. Rover Bet. Please no wide receiver before picks. Well, tonight, we don't know. It can go. It can go either way. Truth is, right? We could even do Bowers. We could trade up and we could freak out and think Bowers is going to go. So we'll talk to you guys just a second about the theme for tonight. As you guys know, the 10 o'clock mock. What makes it unique is, number one, we use a theme every week. So it's not just a mock. We present a different scenario for us to work within, whether it's a trade back, whether it's we traded a player for extra picks, whatever it might be. Tonight, we have one of those themes for you. But in addition to that, if you've been here before, you know, but if you haven't, what we do is every pick, we give it to you guys. We put the poll in the chat, and you get to vote on what player you would like to select at the corresponding pick. So you have significantly more impact in the 10 o'clock mock than most others, but it's not just you, so it can be aggravating too. You're like, well, clearly we're supposed to take Odunze. Why doesn't everybody agree? And it just doesn't happen that way all the time for you. So Hennessy getting us started tonight. Thank you, Hennessy. He says, GreenBean, I want to hear what you would do if you were JD. I tend to agree with you on a lot of picks, but I haven't heard what you would do this year. Well, Hennessy, you want to know why? Because here's my thinking. And I think this every year, but this year I'm embracing it. I don't want to dilute. We still have a month before the draft, and you start making like your official predictions. And then I get stuck. I can't change my mind. People are like, "Oh, this guy, he said this. Now he's saying that." Right now I'm in the exploratory phase. In about maybe a week or two, I'm going to start making my firm, number one, what I would do, but number two, predictive. So I'm going to start doing that. But for your pleasure tonight, what I would do, just to say it right now, again, reserving the right to alter my stance and opinions. If I was Joe Douglas, what I would be seeking to do is to trade back somewhere within 5 spots. That's what I would be seeking to do. I'm totally fine with the free agency we've had, and I still believe there will be more work done before the draft. But where we are right now, I'm totally fine with taking a tackle, with taking a wide receiver. If Bowers falls somewhere in there and I think that he's going to give me the most bang for my buck as far as offensive weapon, I'm going to be able to do that too. So I have complete flexibility. Now, if I traded back 3, 4, 5 spots and I looked on the board and it's like a Latham, Bowers is gone. I got who's going to be there? Brian Thomas.
Fontenot.
Who?
Troy Fontenot.
Fatanu, yeah.
Fatanu, as you like.
Yeah, I know. I can't. I know you're right, but I can't. Fatanu. So I was, so you got Brian Thomas Jr. You're going to have Roman Wilson. You're going to have, I'm just flaking out on the other guy that I like in that range. Hold on, wide receiver wise. But I'm probably going to lean tackle. Probably.
Yes. That's right, Bean.
That's what I'm going to do. I've seen too much. And don't forget, this year, what we've done in free agency, guys, all we've really done is patchwork for 1 year. And unless like we like what we're seeing toward the end of the year and we extend, we have the same problems going into next year. Mike Williams is a 1 year, Morgan Moses is a 1 year, Tyron Smith is a 1 year. Tyrod Taylor and Simpson are 2 years, or Simpson, right? Yes, Simpson.
Yes.
But we essentially have the same issues. So anyway, that's probably where I'm leaning right now, but I wouldn't be upset with a few other options too. So that's where I stand right now, Hennessy, but I'm going to be more committal in the very, very near future. Small Heath checking in. I still think our focus should be wide receiver in round 1. Yeah, I respect that. I understand it. And I don't necessarily disagree. But you know what I mean? Small Heath, I'm kind of leaning the other way, but I would be delighted. Depending on the wide receiver, I don't love, like everybody's like, Neighbors, Odunze, Thomas. I don't feel that way. And I never do. Like there's definitely a preferred from me. Like, I like guys more than others. I don't look at a whole bunch of guys and go, whoever. Like, I don't know. And I don't trust the Jets. I don't, even with Joe Douglas. I just don't. I know best. Especially because I hang out with Dom C. So, Dom C.
Yes, sir.
Why don't you let everybody know before you do, I want to remind everybody in the chat, pinned to the top of the chat is Project Prospect with Dom C's YouTube channel. If you have not yet subscribed, quickly click that link, give him a sub, and come on back. If you wouldn't mind, we had like a whole bunch of guys subscribe last week. Thank you to every single one of you guys. It's sincerely appreciated. Dom's just about to break 500. So if you haven't subscribed, let's get him over 500 tonight. What do you think?
Man.
That'd be a good thing. So it's pinned there.
It's great if it happens, and it's okay if it doesn't. We're here, man. We're here. We're doing this. This is all that's right in the world, man.
See, guys, I can't take it anymore with Dom. I can't take it. He's such a good guy. It's sincere. I know it is. But for me, I want to see Dom C get over 500 tonight. That's what I want to see. Main catch with her member super chat. Right on, dude. Monday night mock, babe. We love having you here, Main catch. You know that. When I come to Maine, I'm gonna try to see if we can't hook up. Don't try to feed me lobster rolls. In my opinion, they look like vomit on a bun. But that's just me. I'd rather eat a hot dog.
It's a yummy vomit, though, man. If it's vomit, it's
all right. We'll do the big fella, then we're gonna get started. Big fella, which by the way, I finally saw what you look like on Jake Assman. It's so nice to put faces. So I'm like, hey, you didn't hear that because you weren't with me, but I was like, hey, man. I literally did that out loud, big fella. Need to draft Fashanu or Fatanu to learn behind Tyron with the limited time we have with him, a left tackle. We don't need to worry about. That's a part of my thinking. I don't disagree with that. Dom, do you agree? It would be nice to get a guy in there. I know the whole thing. You can't have a top 10 pick sit, but
I don't get on board with that opinion. I don't necessarily side with the fact that a top 10 pick has to come in and play. I think that's short-sighted. That's just me, guys. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just telling you how I feel.
I'm similar.
I was talking about this with Ryan earlier on his channel. To me, the tackle class here, especially at the top of it, the first 6-7 tackles that are going to be off the board are so good that I just can't fathom with our situation having two 33-year-olds on 1-year deals, both of them with checkered injury histories. Even though Morgan Moses has been relatively healthy, we know he's coming in with a shoulder thing. We know that he's got a repaired shoulder coming in. And then Tyron Smith hasn't played a full year since 2015. I just think, to me, it's malpractice if we don't have a piece of that pie, one of those early round tackles to kind of that probably will play sooner than we expect and not have that, next year we're back under the same, firing under the same gun again, just like you talked about earlier. So,
right. I'm with you, and sounds like Big Fella's with us as well.
That's
Again, I'm not so hard line on that if they took a wide receiver
me
or
too,
even
same
Bowers,
thing.
I'm going to be like, this is bullshit. That's where I lean today.
That's right.
Who knows?
And
if they
listen,
go out and sign Bakhtiari and Connor McGovern, I'm going to be like, okay. I mean, maybe not. You know what I mean? Maybe not.
I'm on
That's all
board
right.
with whoever they take. I know because I know we're going to get a good player. You know, if I had my druthers, I'd take a guy with a big ass. They're going to be good.
Yeah.
Good
This is
football players.
and this big ass is good. I like big butts and I cannot lie.
Yeah.
That's right. That's why Latham is Dom's favorite. Gitmo Bob, this is exactly why. Because the draft is deeper. It's not that there aren't quality tackles that are going to feather through the mid rounds, but the wide receivers in the third are going to be able to come in a wide receiver 3-4 position, and they're going to be able to contribute right away. I don't feel that way about the tackles. They're going to need some time in most instances. I do
Correct.
think Christian Jones, I think he's a sleeper, dude. He's going to come in. He's going to get thrown into duty and dominate.
50
Really
starts.
is.
50 starts in college, man.
Yeah, he's ready.
50 starts. He's ready.
What's up, Bob? All right, so Dom, tell everybody what we got tonight.
Oh, listen, I don't know. I think it was Daniel Jeremiah Bean. I could be wrong. One of these, the big names out here, these draft gurus, threw a mock out there, and I think he labeled it like I chose violence, and he went balls to the wall crazy with some scenarios, so on and so forth. One of them was the Jets trading up for Marvin Harrison Jr. So in a mock like this that we don't control, we can't control that. But we said, all right, listen, everyone talks about the chips being shoved in the middle. They talk about it all in year. So why don't we guys just go all in? So what we're doing tonight, and I've already done it. Let me share my screen for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Bada boom and bada bing and bada bang.
There it is.
We've traded up. We have traded up. We have traded the 10th pick. Let me see if I can make that a little bigger here. Can you see that there? Yeah. We traded the 10th pick and 256 plus a second rounder next year when we've moved up to 5. And value-wise, it's not that far off. Usually you have to sweeten the pot a little bit more because you're going up to get a quarterback. But I'm playing the hardball game here, and we're not going to go up and get a quarterback. We're going to go up and see what the board looks like at 5.
Well, Dom, we might go up and get a quarterback. It depends on the chat.
Let's
see who's there. I mean, if the top 3, we'll see. So to reiterate, we've traded up a la the Daniel Jeremiah draft, but we didn't trade up for a specific player just yet. So you guys are going to choose the player.
That's right.
We will throw up, if Joe Alt's up there, if Neighbors is up there, there's going to be some obvious names. You're not going to trade up for Fatanu. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we'll see what makes sense.
We're going to trade up to get one of the guys that we haven't drafted yet and see what kind of team or what kind of build we can put behind it,
Yeah.
And now it gives us some options because we might attack an area that we haven't attacked before. Maybe we use 72 and trade down and pick up some more capital or package that in 4th round or move up in the 2nd rounder and make this a 4-pick mock draft. Who knows? The possibilities are endless, but everyone talks about this all-in year. I think I think we're all in as long as Aaron Rodgers is here, and I think it's going to be more than 1 year. But you know what, guys? Screw it, man.
Let's
Balls
do it.
to the wall. Let's go.
All right, so we're going to start the draft. If you guys are ready, we'll start it up. We are sitting at 5 after the trade up. Just remember, we gave up a 7th this year and a 2nd next year to move up 5 spots to 5 with the Chargers. So, Dom, if you would do the honors.
Here we go. Caleb Williams, Drake May, Joe Olise Fuaga.
Holy shit. Look at all the receivers.
All of them.
Joe Alt at 3, Dom.
Yeah.
So I got to take him off. I was presumptuous. So we do have Marvin Harrison, though.
You got Harrison. You got listen. Here's the first question. I mean, I know you're gonna put multiple names in the chat there, or in the in the poll, but Bean, do you even bother putting Harrison and Neighbors, or is it one or the other?
Here's my trepidation, is that it's going to split the vote. It's going to split the wide receiver people. So you don't want to dilute. I think
I wish Alt would have been there. That would have been really,
it would have been nice to have Alt and Neighbors and see what we got.
Yeah.
But let's see. So we can still put Fashanu up there, but I think one of them. All right. So I think realistically, if Jetnation was given Marvin Harrison Jr. or Malik Neighbors, I can confidently say 90% would say Marvin Harrison. Do you feel the same?
I feel the same. I mean, I like both of them. I'm not going to say I don't. I feel the same. I think the majority of people would lean Harrison over Neighbors, though. Yes.
Okay. So clearly the tackles are already under attack. So I'm going to throw Fashanu up there. 2 tackles are gone.
Why don't you put Harrison? Why don't you put Bowers? And why don't you put, Fashanu, I guess? Yeah, I guess that's.
Well, and let's put the quarterback.
Oh, Jaden Daniels, too. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Let me get on here and vote.
Jaden Daniels. This is an exciting stuff. We haven't been this high up in the draft yet.
Yeah, no, I know. And of course, we're finally high. We're finally this high up in the draft, and the opportunity to have everyone choose between one of these wide receivers and Joe Walt passes right through our fingers. Our luck, man.
It's crazy. It's crazy. That's why you can't Mike McCagnon this shit and trade up without knowing who you're getting.
That's right.
All right. So I'm going to start the timer, everybody. We get 90 seconds. The poll is already up, so you're getting a little bonus.
I just need 1 second, Bean. I'll be right back.
Yeah. Oh, where you going? You're leaving? Okay, he's leaving. I'm so nervous. I don't know what to do all by myself. So yeah, guys, what an interesting thing. I'm excited. I don't know what to say here. So I did fully expect Joe Walt to be on the board at 5. The Patriots forego a quarterback and a wide receiver to grab a franchise left tackle, as we like to call him, in Joe Walt, and then Fuaga with the Cardinals. Amazing. Look at their needs too. Wide receiver, guard, center, defensive line, cornerback, and they go tackle. Crazy stuff. So, all right, man, this is going to be exciting. Guys, get your votes in. We got 400 in here. Actually, let me see how many are on. I don't know if Twitter can vote. But we got over 220 of you in YouTube. So, go ahead and get your voice heard. We got how many? You got 25 seconds left.
All right, I got to vote. I'm back. I'm back, baby.
Oh, dude, this is a sweep.
Is it? Should I even
bloodbath?
Do I even have to vote?
You should get your voice. Who knows what you're gonna, We only have 83 votes out of 220 something. Jaden Daniels. Olu Fashanu and Jaden Daniels hovering, and then Brock Bowers getting crushed. There it is. It's Marvin Harrison by a landslide. Wow. Who did you vote for, Dom?
You know what? In all honesty, I voted for the one who I thought was going to get the least amount of votes. I voted for Daniels.
You want to even it out a little bit.
Yeah.
You're nice guy.
Listen, I would have voted for the wide receiver here. I really wish Alt would have been up there, would have made this poll so interesting, I think.
Yeah.
Do you think Alt would have won, Bean?
Yeah.
You do?
I do. Well, you know what? That would have been a good battle. Alt versus MHJ. That would have been something to behold.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this was a slaughter. But hey, man, not bad. I think the Jets trading up, and then we end up doing exactly what the mock draft from Jeremiah said we would. So not bad, man. Interesting. You're getting a dynamic weapon. You're getting somebody who, look, essentially we would have 2 number 1s, 2 number 1 wide receivers. And then you got Mike Williams, who, by the way, Slowly but surely, we're going to find out how injured he really is, because now he can't make training camp. They'll be like, oh, he's injured week 4. He's going to be fine. Not for training camp. He ain't. The Jets said we're hopeful for the start of the season.
I think he'll be fine. I think they're just going to slow roll him, man. I have no problem with that. I don't. I really don't.
You have no real basis for that thought other than
it's my I'm allowed to feel how I feel. Feelings
That's
are
right.
real.
You are. But we just got to make sure that they are feelings, and feelings, as you know, Dom, are not
factual.
That's
right. Are not factual.
Right. So come on, where's my thing? Here?
All right, so here we are, guys. We're in round 3, and I'll just zip through real quick just to see if there's anyone worthy. Yeah, these are all good guys. Here's what the board looks like, though. Top of the full player pool, Javon Bullard, safety out of Georgia. Jermaine Burton. There's a string of Washington players, including Braylon Trice, which Bean, I'm going to tell you, I love him. Braylon Trice is one of my guys, man.
That's your guy?
He is a real interesting player. I think he's going to be a very, very good defensive end in the league for years to come. Yeah, I mean, listen, there's a bunch of good guys here still in round 3. Again, we're real strong still in the wide receiver. So for all those guys, weapon at 10, see what you're missing up.
But look, so we got a weapon at right, and just not to belay your point here, but look at this. So the weapon crowd, if you were thinking, Odunze or Brock Bowers, I think it can be argued that we got the top weapon in the draft, right? At least where we stand now, prospect wise. You got the top weapon in the draft. So now we look at our wide receiver core. You got G-Dubs, you got Mike Williams, you got MHJ, and then obviously Lazard is still here, like it or not. Okay, he's here. Yeah. And then we now have 5 and 6 to fill. I think Irv Charles earned himself a spot via special teams.
Correct.
So depending on what they're looking like and how they intend to really, break down this offense, we might be looking at one spot, and it might be filled already with Gibson. So we could be done. And I'll tell you, if we are, not too shabby, everybody. The offensive line looks like, look, we've done it. It's Band-Aids, but really, really strong Band-Aids, which is nice. So here we are. We're in the 3rd, everybody. Let's get it going, Dom. What are we looking like?
Well, here's the top of the board. There's no offensive lineman anywhere in sight. Let's look at what the tackle board looks like. So you got Patrick Paul, you got Dominic Puny, who's, yes, he's a tackle, probably more of an inside guy at the next level. You got Christian Jones, you got Roger Rosengarten. These are all the guys that are going to be here in the 3rd round. And
I know, but let's not use the sim to predict. It's too easy to let's go by our.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. That and I'm still saying Patrick Paul, Dominic Puny,
I'm still
Jones.
Saying they're going to be there in the 4th.
No, Roger Rosengarten. These are the names that I would consider here at 72 on the tackle side. Are those 4: Roger Rosengarten, Roger Rosengarten, and Puny probably in real life might go late day 2. Patrick Paul should be here. Christian Jones should be here. I'll look at the interior, and then we'll look at
who
some
are
other
you
positions.
taking. Who are okay? Look at the interior, but I'm going to throw Christian Jones up there, guys. Whether or not the sim thinks he's going to be there in the 4th is inconsequential. Remember, that's cheating. And I know a lot of people do that. They look at, I'll take this guy because this guy's rated 200 and I know he's going to be there. In real life, we don't know that, So we try real hard not to use the sim ratings and cheat.
Mm-hmm.
So who would we really take? Because we don't have everyone's board in front of us. Just like the Jets last year took Will McDonald at 15. Nobody saw that coming. So we would have been like, if we wanted Will McDonald, he'll be there in the 2nd. And he's not. So I'm going to throw Christian Jones up there.
Mm-hmm. Now you got
Paul, the other one.
I guess I think like I said, I like Dominic Puny the best out of all of them. Is there a chance he could make 72? Yes. Is it smaller than guys like Patrick Paul or Jones? Also, yes. Like there's a chance he goes in round 2. There's a
You know
chance
what?
he goes in round 3.
I haven't watched. I've watched more Frank Crum than I have
Than
Puny.
Dominic Puny. Yeah.
Yeah, it was just whatever the reasoning is, I cannot explain, but I have.
Yeah.
I've dug into Crum
Too
more
much.
than maybe I should, Dom.
So here's the thing with Paul. I like Paul. And you know, like he is super long. He's super big. I think he fits what the Jets offensive kind of scheme looks like they're changing to. They're getting away from the outside zone stuff, Bean. They're going more power gap duo.
And I
stuff.
applaud it.
You know, you're going to see a lot more man on man, helmet on helmet. You're going to see a lot more counters. You're going to see a lot more traps. You're going to see that type of power running football. And Patrick Paul fits that mold better. I just don't think, and I'm being honest, I like him. I don't think he's really developmental in terms of his pass protection. He needs some time.
All right. Well, any one of these guys is going to sit for at least the lion's share this year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
If you want to put 2 tackles, Bean, you can go Jones and you can go Paul.
I'm going to do that. I had Puny up there, but you
go
know,
go Jones and Paul. Puny is still, I think, probably more guard than he is tackle at the next level. Also very good, gives you some versatility. I know the chat's hammering BB. BB is still there if you wanted that.
Yeah, of course. Let's put Cooper BB up there.
And then let's throw in is it too early for Keaton Slovis?
Hey, BB, 2 E's on both sides of the B's?
On BEEBE.
Yeah, that's what it didn't look right. Okay. IOL. And who else we got there? Is Mahogany there? I know a lot of people like Mahogany.
Mahogany is there. He is. We're going all O-line here. Is that the game?
I mean, you take a look at the wide receivers.
Well, we just took a wide receiver.
I don't know. Take a look at whoever. I thought you had wide receivers.
I got defensive linemen in here. I think Michael Hall would be absolutely phenomenal.
Hall up there. Okay.
Let's look at the edge room too. Let's see.
No, Michael Hall's it.
Ooh, Braylon Trice, Bean. Braylon Trice. Okay, whatever you want to do. I don't care. It's all good. I know the offensive line's going to win anyway, so it's
right. It's his moot. All right, guys. The poll is up. Excuse me. Christian Jones, Patrick Paul, Cooper Beebe, and Michael Hall. I am starting the timer. It is engaged. You now have 90 seconds. Let's get the votes in, everybody.
So out of these 4, Bean, well, you can't say because you're going to influence the votes. But all right, just say if it wasn't these 4, what other area, if our draft started Marvin Harrison at pick number 5, are you automatically going to the offensive line, or do you think you got a little bit?
I am. I'm looking there first, but this is where it's very important not to let need supersede, talent. Right.
Correct.
So I'm definitely looking at the offensive line prospects there now. Right now I'm leaning tackle, right? Because that's we do have Carter Warren and Max Mitchell as the developmental guys.
Mm-hmm.
But the starters are 1-year guys, so we don't know what that's going to look like. So the interior is equally unsettled. I mean, you have Jake Hansen there, right?
Wes Schweitzer, your favorite?
Yeah.
Well, listen, I'll say this.
I could go either way, but here's the thing. But if the board looked like this, Tom, and not to jump on you, but if the board looked like this, I'm fine. I am leaning offensive line because I'm totally fine with Christian Jones or Cooper Beebe here. I really am.
No, me too. And like I said, with our tackle room being what it is, and the possibility that one of these guys that you draft might have to come in and play some meaningful snaps, to me, it's a no-brainer. Christian Jones is the best of the best in that situation.
And
in that situation, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And he won the poll, 36% Christian Jones.
I thought it was going to be BB. I'm not going to lie.
I did too. I thought there was no chance. E-Boogie says Paul and BB. Well, they were both up there for you, my friend, but Christian Jones takes the cake. hopefully you're happy with that one as well. Guys, if you haven't watched Christian Jones, and look, and I think I said this last week, but I'll reiterate it today. Dom C turned me on to Christian Jones. Not that I wouldn't have gotten to him. I would have. But Dom C's infatuation with him and the Senior Bowl stuff and all, it caused me to maybe look a little longer than maybe I would have. But, dude, you got to watch this guy's tape. He's a mauler. Like how many times did you see him? Number one, I like that he looks for work, right? I like that. But number two, I like that he plays, it sounds corny, but plays past the whistle. I like that the extra nudge. The whistle blows and there's an extra.
Yeah.
Like, right. I like that. I like setting the tone. I like the dominance. I like the physical. Like, I'm telling you, he's my kind of player, man.
Yeah, and what really impressed me, like I said, I talked about this a lot. You've heard it ad infinitum. The one-on-ones at Mobile that's what people are there for. They want to see the offensive tackles and the edge rushers go one-on-ones. Guys, if you've never seen it, if you watch on TV, you watch everyone make a big circle like it was a fight on the playground in fourth grade.
Yeah,
and these guys just go at it, man. It's awesome. If you love football, and that doesn't get your juices flowing, I don't know. Christian Jones was by far the best tackle in all of Mobile this year, hands down. Now, there's tons of them.
And there, Fuaga was there. Who else was there?
Guyton was there. Roger Rosengarten was there. You name the tackle, and they were there. And nobody had no one raised their stock more, I'll say that, than Christian Jones. He barely lost a one-on-one. I remember one-on-one rep he lost to Chris Braswell from Alabama. That's it. Stonewalled everybody.
Yeah. And I mean, when we were there, I wasn't able to go with Dom and Jeremy and Dylan and everybody this year, but the year before, I went, and it's exactly like you said. It's my favorite thing to watch.
Yeah.
Because there's nowhere to hide. You know what I mean? It's just one-on-one. And like you said, everybody's there. And when one side dominates, the other, it's like this whole, they're just proud. There's an intense, manly, like testosterone-laden pride in the position,
Amen.
Positional pride. So, we walked away with a good tackle, one Jets pod. So, this is I got to tell you, I'm not unhappy with this so far. So we're at pick 111, everybody. We got ourselves a dynamic wide receiver, arguably the best wide receiver in the draft, at least as far as prospects go.
Yeah.
We have a tackle, maybe not the name that some others carry, but like Dom C said, every bit, every ounce of positive press that he may get or feelings toward him is earned.
That's right.
And I think you might not have said it tonight, but he has the most starts out of all the tackles in college.
He has the most starts out of any tackle coming out of this class, and the most snaps out of any offensive lineman coming out of this class.
See that, everybody?
A little bit of an older prospect, but a guy who's really weathered and game ready. Like it wouldn't shock me, Bean, if whether it's maybe not with the Jets, but just say he lands with, team whatever, say he lands with Tennessee in round 4. Like, he's a guy that could come in and start, win a starting job day one and be, a 7-8 year, 10-year starter, in the 4th round. And we're going to say, God damn it, how come we can't find any 4th round starters? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, that's the kind of guy Christian Jones could be. So,
yeah. Now I see a guy I like, and now I'm going to shoot real straight. Eric, all from Iowa, the tight end. I like him only because I like Iowa tight ends. He's not the same as the Iowa tight ends that I like.
Well, look at this. His whole career, and I'm going to be straight up with you, Bean. How much film I break down these college prospects. I don't think I watched any Eric all. I didn't.
It's very
well. Iowa's offense this year was so bad. It was just god awful.
Maybe not his fault.
No. But yeah, listen, 60 receptions in his career. 5 touchdowns. But, a guy who's got some of that inside, outside flexibility, not your standard, inline Jeremy Ruckert size, even though he's got some size. And like you said, the Iowa tight ends, just there's something bred in them, man. They come out.
Let me just give you a couple, just so you know. You got Dallas Clark, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got Scott Chandler, but here's some bigger names. You got George Kittle. You might have heard of him. TJ Hawkinson, Noah Fant, Sam Laporta. It's like they're a tight end mill. So I just, by proxy.
And
but
Don
anyway,
Meach, thank you for the info, because like I said, I fancy myself pretty astute at the prospects, and I didn't really dive into him at all. And he said Eric All was not a transfer, not a true. He was a transfer, not a true Iowa.
That's all right. Well, maybe that's impacting him, right? Okay, because technically speaking, Malik Washington is not a UVA guy. Kenny Yeboah is not an Ole Miss guy. They're
Correct.
Transfers.
Keaton Slovis is not a BYU guy. See, there you go.
Disagree. Okay. Let's get some guys. Let's throw an interior guy up here. So I see Mahogany's up there.
You got Mahogany. I listen. I think this is good value. You know what's going to happen. The running backs are going to come off. Trey Benson's really good. Trey Benson's very, very good. I think and then you got a guy like Blake Corum, who's kind of the antithesis of Trey Benson. Trey Benson's, fast, shifty. I think Trey Benson has, some 3-down running back in him. I don't think Blake Corum does, but Blake Corum is, he's not as shifty, but he's going to get you those yards. I think Blake Corum might be the better complement to Breece Hall, but I think Trey Benson might be the better player. I feel Trey Benson's a better player. He's my, I think I have him third. My 3 running back overall. Doesn't matter. So I would take one of those running backs here. You can also throw Pratt. People are talking about that quarterback.
We'll throw Michael Pratt up there. Okay. And let's get.
You want one more? Cole Bishop, man.
The safety.
Safety, Cole Bishop. Yep.
Okay. All right, guys. It's up there. We got 1 defensive guy, 3 offense. Got an interior offensive lineman. We have not gone that way yet. But we got a tackle. So let's look at an interior offensive lineman. We got a running back, we got a quarterback, and we got ourselves a safety.
Mm-hmm.
So, let me put the timer on. Here we go. It is on. Everybody get your votes in. Let's do it.
Yeah, so we have another pick coming up at the end of this draft. And Bean, did you, you know what? I didn't make the move. I don't know if PFF did, but our draft pick in the end of the 4th round has gone up 1 slot. Were you aware of that?
You know why?
Yeah, San Francisco got penalized or something, right?
So it's just everybody shifted up.
They moved to the bottom of the pack.
Good.
Hey, fuck around and find out. That's
right, right, man. Play some games. I mean, look, you can film and you can deflate balls. That's fine. But don't you dare play with some accounting shit.
Yeah.
Even though Tom Brady was able to take less money on the books and sell his pills to the Patriots, and that's no problem.
And I have the contact page open here. I'm waiting for Clowney news, guys. If it happens while we're on, we will break it.
Yeah. In for and I want to tell you something.
Go ahead.
Ed. Right. He's trying to accentuate that. I haven't done that for you. So it's hard for me. So I'm just going to keep saying infrared, but I respect what you're trying to do. I just can't do it with you. I'm sorry. I don't have any issue. It's just my tongue. And One Jets Pod also feeling the same way. Where is it? Okay, the timer is up, everybody. Wow, we are focused tonight. Focused, Dom.
What's the
Christian
focus?
Mahogany with 50% of the vote.
Wow.
Cole Bishop did get a respectable 25%. Trey Benson with 16. They all know we can get maybe maybe there might be one guy that we like that floats around in a couple rounds. We don't
Yeah,
know.
and there goes Cole Bishop, you sons of bitches.
There he goes.
And Jordan Travis is off the board. I just saw him go too. So whoever's asking for Jordan Travis, not today, sugar pants.
Not in today's draft. Did we take him last week? Which quarterback did we get last week? I think it might have been him.
I don't remember who we took. I don't remember being, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I hear you. It's hard.
All right. Yeah, listen, this 134 spot is good because I'm looking at this board right here. All right. We obviously, we passed on Michael Pratt before. Javon Solomon being one of my favorites and the edge class. I'm much higher.
See it? Do you see it though? Dom's been pushing edge since the beginning. I'm fine with it.
Javon Solomon, guys, I'm much higher on him than a lot of people. But to me, he's got a lot of Bryce Huff in him. He's built small in stature, got that quick get off. Probably is going to be destined to have a pass rush specialist role at first. Still needs to develop a little bit strong, get a little stronger against the run. But man, you want a guy who produces and goes and gets the quarterback. Javon Solomon's that guy.
Dude, Malik Washington's still sitting.
Washington's still sitting here. Braylon Allen, if you want to go running back. Muhammad Kamara from, you know where he's from, Bean? Newark, New Jersey.
Newark?
Newark East Side, man.
The East Side. All right. Well, that's the East Side. Well, let me see. That's Baxter Terrace, baby.
Yes, that is. It's even more towards the Irvington side of it, I think. No, you're right. No, you're right.
Yeah.
East would be Baxter
East
Terrace
is
and
the other
up
way.
Orange. Yep.
And you got to be careful about going north because that's different. But because then there's North Newark right there. But the East Side, that's Rutgers and all that stuff. That's where.
Yes.
Although, and it depends if they're talking about the inner city East Side by the tennis or soccer stadium, wherever the hell that thing is.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Then it's a different neighborhood. I never go over there. There's no need.
But Muhammad Kamara from Newark, New Jersey, is one of the Jets, one of the 4 confirmed top 30 visits that the Jets have.
All right. Is Cole Bishop still up there? So look, we're gonna have. I got Solomon up there for you. We got a running back.
Cole Bishop went 117.
Okay, so we should look at.
You got Solomon. You got to put Malik Washington. I say you go with Braylon Allen and Michael Pratt. There's your 4 different positions. No one's stealing from one another.
Michael Pratt again.
I mean, you don't have to. You want to put?
I know. I'm with it.
Yeah.
Edge, running back, wide receiver, quarterback. Here we go. Now, tell everybody, open up Braylon Allen if you wouldn't mind.
I sure will.
There it is, guys. The poll is up. I'm starting the timer. Dom will let you dig into Braylon Allen for a bit.
This is the interesting thing. 2 things that really stand out for me about Braylon Allen. One is his size, guys. Look at him. 6'2", 245. And he's every bit of that.
Oh, I love it.
Guy is just turning 20 years old. He will only be 20 years old come draft day. And, I got off him real quick. Sorry. And look at this production that he's had as a 17-year-old, as an 18-year-old, as a 19-year-old. Now, 1258, 1242, 982. So his production went down this year, but it's also because Wisconsin changed their offensive scheme and went to more of a zone-based scheme, which he's not a great fit for if you're asking me.
He's not a great fit for what?
A zone, like an outside zone guy.
But if we're shifting,
that's right. That's right.
But by the way, let me tell you, good.
Are you
happy? Just pound. Let's go.
Are you? I got to vote. I got to vote. I got to get my vote in here.
Tired of all this shit we do.
I am.
I'm fine with a complex, shifty offense. I'm totally fine with that.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm a firm believer in foundation, right? If you can't block the guy in front of you, Then stop shifting guys all over the fucking place with crazy assignments. And if you can't run the ball 4 yards in front of you, then stop with all the madness. You know what I mean? Just simplify the offense. If you can do that, wait a minute, we're really doing well with our foundational offense. All right, add some shit. Add some sweepy poos. Add some fun
Some
stuff.
counters and traps where these guys just knock the ends into Candyland. I love it.
Who doesn't love
But you know what it is,
counter?
Bean? Here's the truth. Here's the truth. If there's something that the Jets offense, if the Jets team has been missing, especially on the offensive side, it's just that affirmative, just that nastiness, just like come up and like smack you in the mouth a little bit.
Agreed.
And I think that's
And it's hard to do it when you're doing a wide zone and everybody's all all figuring out the nuances, when all these guys want to do is smack the guy in front of him in the mouth. Ruckert and Pittman, and let them punch the guys in the face.
Yeah.
Let them do what they want to do. Dom, we say it all the time. What do offensive linemen prefer? Run blocking or pass blocking?
Run blocking, baby.
Every day of the week.
Yep.
Until you start making it all complicated on them. They're either too stupid, or they're not experienced enough, or the offensive schemes aren't being conveyed properly and taught whatever the reason is, we're lost.
Yeah.
So
you need an attitude.
See the guy in front of you, punch him as fucking hard as you can right in the jaw.
Yeah. There needs to be that's the one thing I think, and I'm not overly critical, not as much as a lot of Jets fans, but I'll say the one thing that this offense has been missing is just a sense of identity.
That's right.
And
when you add the guy that we just drafted, which is Braylon Allen, by the way, that adds to that.
Braylon Allen won that. Wow, the chat is picking guys that I did not expect them to pick. I got to be honest.
Let me tell you something, guys. I fully expected the quarterback to win one of these, but I'm going to tell you something. You guys are picking after my own heart tonight.
Yeah, clearly not mine, because you would have taken Javon Solomon, you bastards.
I think my speech last week about football players over athleticism really resonated. They've been thinking about it.
Yeah.
I think they're like, you know what? I want football players too.
Yeah.
That's what's going
on.
on.
Listen, I'll be honest. Like, I like Braylon Allen, and right here is a perfect spot. I'd be completely happy with him. If you guys haven't watched him, and whether you have access to college all 22 tape, go watch some highlights. Just watch him.
Yeah,
he's a fun watch.
He is.
Sure.
And you know what I prefer? Like, look, you can watch highlights. Highlights are fun if you have 5 minutes, right? If you only have 5 minutes, you're squeezing it in between meetings at work or something, it's fun. But if you don't really know like terminology and all that shit, which is fine, just go to YouTube and type in the search engine the player you want, like Braylon Allen breakdown. And there's going to be other experts showing you why things are the way they are and how good it really was that he made that move, because the hole was actually here and he made the decision in less than a half second and was able to bounce it. Like those kinds of things. Look at the footwork, look at the drive. His hands, the blocking assignments, all that kind of shit. It helps you to understand. So if you have a few minutes, that's a really good way to kind of intro into this stuff. Again, highlights are fun. Highlights are great. But, highlight takes the one good play in a game where maybe he looked like complete ass. You know what I mean? So, again, it's a good way to do it. But I think Braylon Allen is a fun watch. I actually like him a bunch. I'd be delighted with this pick and with the second, fourth rounder.
Yeah.
I'd be delighted.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he's a guy that's going to play.
Yeah.
He's a guy that's going to play. So here we are, guys. We are now in round 6. 2 picks left.
Let's throw 2 quarterbacks up here.
Oh, boy.
I know everybody loves Milton.
Yeah, you got if you're gonna throw, you got to pick Austin Reed and Milton. They're the only 2 probably draftable.
We don't have to put 2 up. Let's put 1 up here. Austin Reed.
I don't like I said. I will defer that to you, my friend.
All right, scroll down a little bit.
This is the overall board.
Oh yeah. We got all right. Okay.
So you got Jeremy Chaos's favorite edge rusher in this draft class, Brennan Jackson here. If he's in the chat, I don't know if Chaos is here or not.
Did I give an opinion before the pick, Dom? I try not to do that, T. You're
No,
100% right.
Yeah.
I try real hard not to. That's why I don't vote, and that's why I don't say who I would pick before it's done. If I did that, I apologize, because I really try not to do that for the reason that you put there.
Yeah, and I usually do, because I'm giving some sort of analysis or breakdown of the guys on why I like them and why I don't. So, all right. So listen, if you want to take a quarterback, Bean, if you want to put a quarterback in there, it's probably one of these two guys, Austin Reed or Joe Milton. I think the upside on Austin Reed's a lot better. I don't think either of them are necessarily great, but I think the upside in Austin Reed is better. I think both of them are probably, backup material, maybe spot starters. Joe Milton could not even make a roster. I wouldn't be surprised if he was he
sucks.
Yeah. So put Austin Reed up there.
Yeah, I did. All right. So, all right. We got ourselves a running back. We still can look at safety, defensive tackle.
Listen, I think Katano Ladapo, I know we always default to him, but he's just too good not to default. There are some free safety types if you guys want that ball hawk, that more of a ball hawk. Katano Ladapo is a little bit more bigger, a little bit more nasty against the run, kind of fit that split safety, but more strong safety mold. So he's there. Kenny Logan, Trey Taylor, those guys can both play the deep middle, a little bit. But, when you're talking about, dollar for dollar, talent for talent, Oladapo's head and shoulders.
All right. Well, he's up there. I think we should throw Luke McCaffrey up there, too. Is he still there?
He is. He is still there. Luke McCaffrey is still there.
All
Yep.
right.
And you want to throw a defensive lineman?
Yeah.
Let's see who's on the edge. You know what? Throw for Jeremy. I don't know if he's in the chat or not. Throw Brennan Jackson up there.
Jeremy sucks.
All right. Well, don't throw Brennan Jackson then.
All right. Who was it? Brennan Jackson?
Yeah.
Okay. This is an edge.
He's an edge. He's more of a run stuffer than like your true go get it pass guy. I think he's probably more of think of like a 5 tech in an odd man front, but he could develop into a JFM style defensive end in our defense. That's for you, Jeremy, if you're watching. Don't say I never did anything for you.
Yeah, he was watching, but who knows? If you're in here, Chaos, say hello. Low blow. What did I say? Jeremy sucks.
Jeremy sucks.
I'm just kidding. I only say that. I wouldn't say that if he really sucked. I would say Jeremy's okay. Jeremy's decent. Jeremy's nice.
Somebody's asking, Curly Norman saying no big fatty. I mean, the poll's up, but I'll look to see who was there. I mean, it is kind of a position that we did.
We addressed. I mean, we brought in Kinlaw. He's more of a penetrator. That's what they're shooting for with him. But Leaky Fotu is,
he's an interesting selection. Like, he doesn't seem to me like a Bob Sala, Jeff Olber kind of defensive end tackle, but neither did Al Harris or is it Al Harris? Do I always say Al Harris? Al Woods. Yeah. Neither did Al Woods. Those guys are like 3-4 nose tackles. That's what Leaky Fotu is.
Yeah. Kyle Remmer brings up a very important point that we're not talking about enough, man. We got to fix the depth perception in MetLife. I mean, I don't think we've done enough to address that, and that's probably why we suck. We all talk about the grass. Depth perception.
Well, did you hear John Mara, the Giants owner?
What did he say? Woody won't let me buy grass.
No, they asked him at the owners meeting about the grass, and he said, "We're not there yet. There's too much that happens at MetLife to consider having healthy grass for 2 football teams."
These guys are more, whatever. All right, so here's our poll. We're going to end it right now. Oh, Oladapo, Dom. That's who's taking it home. 55%.
Yeah, he's the right pick here, in my humble opinion.
Yeah. One Jets pod talking about the tackling. I'm just so glad to see NFL players reacting the way they are. I mean, this is absurd anymore. what they're doing. I mean, the hip tackle, I don't even understand. I really don't.
So interesting. Ryan talked about this on our show earlier, Bean. How much does the new no hip drop, whatever you want to call it, affect? How is it going to switch the offensive scheming and personnel? Like, you might have more Dalton Kincaid like guys in the slot playing against smaller nickelbacks that can't tackle them head on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's interesting to think about.
Yeah,
So.
because they can't, like, think about it. How, they're going to have to go towards his ankle. Then they're going to all be shooting at ankles. They're going to be breaking everybody's legs. And they're going to be like, you can't go that low. You can't go from the knee down or the knee up. You can't go from the balls, and you can't hit in the head. There's belly button. That's it. But you made him throw up, so we can't do that anymore. You gotta grab his hand and swing him in a circle. Once he's gone around twice, that's a tackle.
There was a great meme out today on Twitter. I don't know if you saw it or if anyone saw it. You remember this? Remember Ace Ventura? Remember that movie, Ace Ventura: Pet Detective?
Let me think. I can't seem to. Yes, I do.
You do. Well, there's that part where Jim Carrey's running on the track. He's running after the guy, and he jumps on his back, and he puts a chloroform thing on him. And they said, the new NFL tackle. They chloroform, the guy passes out.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
I love it.
So
that's great.
All right. We are at Mr. Irrelevant, guys.
Mr. Irrelevant. All right. What do we got?
Delmar Glaze went at 256 to the Chargers, the pick we traded.
Wow.
A green bean favorite. Delmar.
Yeah, totally.
So here we are, guys. And we can really take whatever we want here, best available. You want to throw a quarterback up there, Bean?
Yep.
Carter Bradley. He's got some upside.
Okay, Carter Bradley.
Yeah. Listen, Trevin Wallace is here, but I'm going to say he's going to be gone probably in round 3 at the absolute latest.
Tonight. We can see.
You want to put him up there, that's fine, but he's not going to be in round 7. That's the reality. And I bet you they still haven't adjusted Gabe Hall. Yeah, but Gabe Hall is still there too. He's probably a round 2, round 3 guy. Put him up there.
All right, let's leave him off.
Okay.
Yeah, Mr. Irrelevant sounds like a Jet. It's great. We have a whole bunch of those guys.
Yeah.
All right, so let's look at the wide receivers.
You got one.
There's one guy left from Mississippi State. All right, what's their big board look like, Tom?
Here we go. Carter Bradley, linebacker Trevor Wallace, defensive interior Evan Anderson, another guy that is getting buzzed, but I did no film work on him, so I got nothing to offer there. You got a couple safeties, which we've already addressed. Then you got some interior guys in Layden Robinson. You have your guy down here, Kingsley Ogwin, who's always there.
Yeah, and he'll win if we put him up there.
Jontre Hunter, I think you got some linebacker depth here that makes some sense. Jontre Hunter, smaller school kid, gonna be a stud on special teams. Probably can develop into an everyday backer at some point. Eddie
Pick one more guy. Is Frank Crum still up here?
I'm gonna look.
I'm gonna throw him up there.
Is it CRUM?
Yeah,
he is not.
Get out of town. See, I knew everybody loved him.
He's not. I'll check the tackle board. No, he's gone.
He's gone.
No.
All right. Give me some players. I got Wallace,
what do you got up there?
Bradley.
You got Wallace. You got Bradley. You know what? We didn't take Brock Bowers, so throw on Jared Wiley.
Shit. Damn it. I got to redo it.
Throw on Jared Wiley, the tight end, and call it a day. We'll go 3.
All right. All right. Wait. All right. Trevin Wallace. I got to redo it. Who else did I have? Carter. What was it again?
You got Carson Steele's here.
Yeah.
You got Trevin Wallace, Carter Bradley.
You're right. Okay.
And
who did you say? I'm sorry.
You can throw on Nathaniel Watson. Good middle linebacker. Really good middle linebacker. And Rusty's asking for a defensive interior. I'll see if he's there. I think Rogers is gone.
Oh, Rogers. He's gone. Auburn.
Yeah,
he's probably 4th, I would say.
Yeah, he'll probably go early. 4th, 5th round.
Yeah. He's one of my guys there, Rusty Spoonski.
He's a big guy.
Yeah. It's what I do. I go, my first filter is 330 and up. That's what I start. And I go, if they're losers, if I don't feel like there's any, then I weed them out. But there's a few. There's a few I like. You want to do Spanford?
Either Wiley or Spanford. Yeah. Throw one of the tight ends up there.
Yeah, I like him. All right. Is it 2 ends in Spanford?
It is.
Okay. All right, guys. Whoops. Here we go. It's up. The poll is starting. And we're off, everybody. Trevin Wallace taking the lead. All right, Carter Bradley gets a vote. Oh, Trevin Wallace back. Carter Bradley taking the lead. Look at this. This is madness. Madness, I say. Spanford.
I just found out something, Bean.
What's that?
There's a whole second page for this end of guys here. I never knew that.
So what?
Not that there's anyone. Not that there's.
Like?
No, there's still no wide receivers, but there's there's definitely more players that you scroll down and you get to. No one of real interest. Jawar Jordan's an interest in running back. I think he's more of a, your traditional third down back. I kind of like him. Then you got all the kickers. Then you got the punters. Is this guy Torrey Taylor? Was he the best punter in the nation last year? What did he? Let's see. No, maybe not. Maybe not.
Well, the good news is we signed our boy to a 2-year contract, so I feel good about that. That's nice to see.
You lock it down early, man.
Yeah, Frank Crum. Look, I like him. And he did a really good job for himself at the combine. But if you ever really watch him, dude, he's a sloppy mess. It's got all the upside. There's upside there if you can work with him. Like if we had a Bill Callahan or something like that, I'd be like, oh yeah. Keith Carter, I know Salah loves him, but I don't know, man. Looks like we got ourselves a linebacker there, Dom C. Trevin Wallace.
Trevin Wallace, okay.
Spooner likes him.
Yeah, that's a Rusty Spooner special right there, man.
Yeah.
That's it, man. 6 draft picks, and we're done.
All right, let's take a look. Let me get the comments off real quick. Hennessy, we got to make sure we get a starter here from Mr. That's right, man. It's important, dude. I know Ryan was saying on the show, we just got to get 2 impact players. I don't know, 7's better. What the fuck are we shooting for? You shoot for the moon to land on the trees. You know what I mean? You don't shoot for the trees. You lay on the ground if that happens.
Yeah.
So you shoot for the moon. 7 impact players. But all right, Dom C, go over our recap for us, and then we'll get some letter grades going.
Yes, we traded up, guys. If you remember, we moved up from pick 10. We gave pick 256 and a second rounder next year to move up and draft arguably the best player in the draft class. And Marvin Harrison Jr. gives us a wide receiver core of Marvin Harrison Jr., Mike Williams, and Garrett Wilson. Not a bad trio, gentlemen and ladies. If there are ladies there. Sorry, Merrill. We followed that up in round 3.
Wait, why did you say sorry, Merrill? What happened there?
She was the first one in the chat. I said gentlemen.
Yes.
I didn't say ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, there you go.
Right so Christian Jones, a very good underrated tackle in round 3. I know PFF doesn't like the pick there. That's just because they have him ranked lower. This is probably third round is a real comfortable spot for him. 3rd, 4th round. Christian Mahogany.
Did you see that exercise that somebody did? They just picked all wide receivers.
No.
And it's like, and PFF gave A, B+. It's like you're taking your 5th wide receiver in the draft and they're giving you an A. So it's a grain of salt, everybody. All right. Sorry, Dom. Go on.
Yeah. Please. Christian Mahogany, round 4, steal, in my opinion. Steal there in round 4. Fits the mold of that power kind of gap duo interior lineman, got a little nasty. And then we followed that up. The surprise pick for me, not in the sense that I don't like him, but the one that I didn't think the chat was going to go with, we took Braylon Allen.
Yeah.
Good complimentary piece to Breece Hall. Catano Ladapo, the strong safety, very aggressive defensive player, will be in the rotation early from Oregon State. He comes in round 6, and we follow that up with another defensive player, some depth in Trevon Wallace. He can play a little Mike. He can play a little Will backer, back up both spots. PFF gives us a B. I think that's the highest rated grade we've got from them yet.
With 2 Fs, not bad.
Two Fs,
we got
yeah.
some A's in there. Okay, very
We got
well
an
done.
A+. We got an A+.
A+
in
Look
Marvin
at that.
Harrison.
E-Boogie checking in with a B-.
Wow. I thought it would be
Well,
higher than that, E-Boogie.
Yeah, well, you know what? He had Patrick Paul. There's some nuanced. I think positionally we were close. Player, he prefers other guys. No sweat.
Gotcha.
Curly Norman with a B. Evan Wallace with an F- because Dom didn't hit 500. What's going on out there,
Sons of
everybody?
bitches, man. You sons of bitches. I did get a couple. I definitely got a couple notifications that some people subbed. So if you did, thank you. Like I said, I appreciate it, man. I really do.
You guys are the best. Cyrus Rubin, A+. Freedom House, A+. Best player in the draft, serviceable line.
Plus serviceable line. We got 2 serviceable linemen there. Yeah.
Don Meach with an A. Nice. Look at that. Ricky checking in. What's up, Ricky? Good to see you, buddy. B-. We should have taken Trey Benson at 111 and lost Jordan Travis too. Yeah, I mean, right. That's the thing. It's hard. It's like at any pick, there's at least 5-10 players that you're like that you would like. Right? So you can only take one. That's the sad part about a draft. But I hear you. Good. B solid. Oregon Jets, B+. Slovis still in progress.
Yeah, let me just set something straight here. Oregon Jets, because he and I battle and it's all in fun and I love it.
Yeah.
I'm not a Slovis fan here. I'm just reading between tea leaves and kind of going with the flow of the Jets, the guys that the Jets seem interested in. And Keaton Slovis is one of them. That's fact. That's factual.
Tom loves Keaton Slovis. Don't let him tell you otherwise. Zebo says, and that's disgusting, Dom. Peter LaFontaine, B+, no fatty DT and no quarterback.
Yeah.
Well, the good news is we got 2 DTs in free agency and we got a backup quarterback. So
yeah,
at least there's that, right? But I hear you.
We got a fatty 250-pound running back, though.
Yes, we did. As far as running back goes, that qualifies. RB Gamer, second favorite mock with a B. E-Boogie, are we all right? Just making sure we see it. Good for you, E-Boogie. Thank you for doing that. Brian Bourne, B grade, but I hope we don't actually. Right, I'm actually right there with you, buddy. I would prefer not to, but if they did it and they got Marvin Harrison, I'm not gonna bitch and moan. Tell you that. I like their gradings and how we drafted, right? 2, 126, 92. I know it's crazy, right? It's a funny thing. And for MHJ, and Garrett Wilson would be sick. I'm sick, dude. That shows we're coming to kill.
It'd be interesting, though. I mean, you would think that would push Garrett into more slot routes, right?
It could. It could very much. Look at this. Gitmo Bob with a B+. Thank you, Bob. Bob, I think Bob's getting a little bit
soft. He's getting soft in his old age.
He's getting sensitive, I think.
Now we'll see what Rusty Spooner gave us. He's always good. Rusty Spooner is always good for a C or a D if he's still here.
Yeah. Bob's been good, man. Bob's been good. Aaron Daniels, A-. Yeah, but A-, but I don't really want to trade up and would want Alt. But Alt was gone at 3, Aaron. I thought it was going to be the blowout, the knockdown blowout of the cage match.
Well, that's what was so interesting about this concept is because if we traded up, I figured that we would have a choice. Do we go the weapon or do you go Alt? But the mock draft gods thought differently.
We threw Fashanu up there, but no chance. No chance. Brian Bourne with a B. Hope we don't actually trade up, right? Let's see other grades. Karandan with a B. All right. Billy SBC with a Gemini AI gives the Jets a B+ in free agency. That's good. I don't know what that is, but I trust Gemini AI. Harley with an A. Chris, dude, I was just thinking about you this morning, Chris. I hope you're well. I don't know if I've seen you in a minute. But I was literally thinking about you. I think it was something to do with Kiss. I forget some shit I answered on Twitter or something. I said, I wonder how Chris is doing. Good to see you, man. Rover Bet B not taking safety Bishop and Edge Solomon was a mistake. Okay, well, hey, a B's good. But Dom's obviously in agreement with you. Money Mitch with an A. Look at that. Zebo with an A++. Wow. Jets Mess with a B-. Squirmy Weasel with an A-. Now we're doubling. Freedom House with another A+. DLB, One Jets Arm with a B. Mark from Asbury Park with a B. Phenom with a B. It's crazy town. One Jets Pod with an A++. And a banana? Is that a banana?
That's a chef's kiss. Mwah.
Oh, that's hey, how you doing? Hey, what do you do? What the fuck is the matter with you? All right. Hennessy, Heisman with an A. Mick Flair with a B-. A- from Irving Grady. Braden checks in with a quiet A. An A can't be quiet.
Braden, we got a linebacker for you, bro.
We did.
I've never met a man who loves linebackers more than Braden from New Zealand.
That's right. That's right. He's linebacker central, man. Solid first 4 picks from Bearded. What's up, Bearded? A- from GVH. Alan Doge with a B+. Still want O-line in the first. I hear you. Scarcities with an A-. Actually an A. There you go. I like that. Jason Zayas with an A+, best player and 2 above average linemen. Right on, dude. And then the running back, man, and the safety. I mean, Trevin Wallace, I like, but I'd rather offense there. But I like every player in this draft. I really do.
Yeah.
All right, we're starting to double up here. Rusty Spooner with a B+. Love to have.
Oh, wow! Look at
Hope
that.
we build a wall and can trade back, but good draft.
Yeah.
He's a surfer. That's a surfer. All right, man. This is looking pretty good. The thing is, James, I don't choose. You guys do. So would I have chosen? I would have taken. Oh, that's hard, man. If I'm going to trade up and Marvin Harrison is sitting there, that's a serious discussion we got to have. And I'm probably using 14 minutes and 48 seconds to make that decision.
If I'm trading up, I've said this and I'm going to stand on this hill. The only 2 guys I'm trading up from 10 for are Marvin Harrison Jr. and Malik Neighbors.
Not Joe Alt.
And it's not that Joe Alt's my number 1 tackle. I'm not that, but I think the drop off between those 2 receivers and the rest of the gang is bigger than the drop off between Alt and guys that I happen to like Latham and Fuanga and Mims and all those guys.
Yeah, no, I get that. And you feel like the trade up, the difference between
the value,
right? It's like it doesn't warrant the trade up. Yeah,
correct.
I get it. I totally see that. Gitmo says, yeah, I'm taking some payment. Don't have the heart to defend. Dude, I hear that. It's like, you know what, man? A B's fine. I don't feel like fighting. It's great. I hope you're well, though, Bob. Sincerely, all jokes aside. Yeah, Chris, he's been good for you, though. That's good. That's good to hear. Chris Donardo, if you don't know, has a recording rehearsal studio in, I think, the Toms River area. So if you guys are looking for anything like that, look, hey, why not use one of our own people, right? If you're looking for rehearsal space or you get some recording going, Chris Donardo's your guy. Owen with a B+. David with a B+, Infrared with a B+, Nas Escobar with an A.
Hey.
All right, Dom, it's time for your one more. Aiden Vassallo with another A-. Very nice. Why don't you tell us what your letter grade is for this one, Dom C?
I think I'm in the A range, man. I think I'm in the AA- range. I mean, there's just guys that I really like. Marvin Harrison kind of puts this one over the edge, but obviously, my infatuation with Christian Jones. I think he's a really good player. Mahogany is a steal here and a guy who's going to be a starter in the league sooner rather than later. And then you get guys like Braylon Allen and Kitano Ladapo who are going to be pieces that are going to see the field now. To me, if this was the draft, I'd say that Joe Douglas hit it out of the park. So I'm going to give it an A.
You know what? I'm right there with you. Now, Braden said a quiet A. I'm going to say a boisterous, solid, loud, wake up your parents A. I can't get it to A+ in my brain, but solid, firm on the A.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, even down to Braylon Allen, I mean, that's the compliment I want. We got Izzy. He's this speed guy. Let's bring in a guy that at the end of the game can make people pay. You know what I mean? We need 2 yards. He's coming in. Or if you just, it's the fourth quarter, we're up by 10. He's just going to pound them. 4 yards wins the game, so to speak. And people are bleeding and huffing and puff. That's the guy I want. And then you throw an Izzy in there or a Brees to just break after he batters them for 5 minutes. Just pew, right through. That's my kind of football. So I love it. I love it. All right. Well, there it is, Dom. That's our show for this evening. 1 hour and 23 minutes. Not too bad tonight. I get to maybe go to sleep a little earlier.
That's right.
I got taxes and shit to do, so I'm not necessarily going to get much done tonight, but I'll do a little. Guys, what an amazing draft. Okay. We will
I'll take a snip of it and get it.
Yeah, there you go. So hey, we want to thank everybody for being here. Please don't forget, hit that like button, the old milk thumbs, if you'd be so kind. There's still more of you in here on the YouTube side than we have likes, if you wouldn't mind helping us out there. If you haven't subscribed to the GreenBean Jets fan channel, that is incredibly appreciated, I should say. And don't forget to go over to Dom C. The link is at the top of the chat. It's pinned up there. Yeah, spend a second. Click on it. Give Dom C a sub. The guy works harder than any of us to build this stockpile of knowledge and information so we can all suck on it like so many teats.
And I just put out a good video, little shameless plug. I did a full first round mock draft solo, how I see it kind of panning out, did some trades in there. So I think you guys might find it interesting. If you got a couple minutes and want to skim through it, great. And if not, that's okay too.
Just sub to Dom C. All right. Come on, everybody. What are we doing? Yeah, anyway, guys, we appreciate your presence here. The chat is just the best part of this whole thing.
It is.
If you're watching on Twitter, consider giving me a follow on there. That's also greatly appreciated. I'd love to see my Twitter following grow. I think I'm about 40 or 5,400 right now, 5,390, something like that. So it would be great if you guys could go ahead and give me a follow over there. But don't forget, guys, about our draft party. We are actually getting to the end of our tickets. Amazingly, this week we had a surge in ticket sales for the draft event, April 25th. First round of the draft. We're doing a live stream on location in Long Island, Farmingdale at the main event. And let me get this off. See if you got a screenshot. But 3 hours of open bar, 3 hours of all you can eat buffet. We're giving away lower level tickets. We're giving away two. I think that you can choose one out of 4 of the Jets game, 4 or 5 of the Jets games too. So you get your choice. And we're giving away a Tailgate Joe tailgate package among some other great gifts, GreenBean sweatshirts, TalkinJet hoodies, all that kind of stuff. You're going to be able to have access to all that. Plus, we get a really solid quality hang. The information is on TalkinJets.com, or the link is right in the description of this video. Guys, we appreciate your presence. With that all said, Dom.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for being here with me, my friend.
Pleasure's all mine, my friend. I mean that wholeheartedly and sincerely. Always a pleasure. Love the time we get to spend here in front of the computer and with the chat. I am completely in alignment with being. You guys make this awesome.
Yeah, no doubt. So with that all said, we're going to bounce out of here 11:30 on a Monday night. You guys rule. And where's my thing? I'm delaying so I can. There it is. Have a great night, everybody. We will see you next time.
1, 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, rock. 5, 6, 7 o'clock, 8.
Johnny Lamb Jones. Wide receiver.
As a season ticket holder of the Jets, I'm going to fool Ken O'Brien of California Davis. Obviously, the Jets know something that, the people up there don't. Fullback. Hello.
Roger Vick, Jeff Lageman.
Jets just don't understand the draft all back.
Blair Thomas, running back, Penn State. Johnny Mitchell. The New York Jets select tight end from Penn State, Kyle Brady. Vernon Golson.
Cleveland traded the 5th pick to the New York Jets. And with the 5th pick in the 2009 NFL Draft, New York Jets select Mark Sanchez.
D. Milner. Geno Smith. Jets select quarterback Christian Hackenberg.
Sam Darnold. The New York Jets